All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who watch this in the future, or those of you who will join me, maybe preemptive or preemptive. Wow. For anybody who joins during the chat, hey, how you doing? So, yeah, welcome back to the channel. This is Brown here at Smoking Gun. It is 7:48 in the AM here in New York City. That's right. I am out of the confines of BF Nowhere, Illinois, around the DeKalb, Illinois area. And I took me a little trip for one day to go to New York City to see Critical Role live at Radio City Music Hall. But that's not the point of this video. Um, that video I just recorded and I'll be uploading after I get back from my trip today. No spoilers. I'm not a dick, but I had to talk about the experience, right? And you'll be seeing it. Um, but this is to talk about just the trip in general because it's wild. It was a spur of the moment thing where I was feeling like I might never see, you know, Matt Mercer DM Critical Role in the way that I want. He's stepping down from campaign 4, and even though Shadows of Exandria was announced after the fact, and I am going to the Georgia Live show next year. I don't know if it's going to be a part of any Mighty Nine, Vox Machina, Bell's Hell story. I have a feeling it might be taking place in some kind of like history of Exandria kind of story, but I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? But at the time, I was like, I have to go to the New York show. If it's the last chance for me to see Matt DM for a while and have it take place in Exandria and deal with the Mighty Nine. So I impulsively got my ticket to go see it and then went, well, you got to pay for the airline and the hotel now. So I immediately took care of all those things. Just, I was panicking trying to set up my Ubers like, why can't I, you know, get these Ubers and it's so far in advance. It was like months in advance at this early stage. I just got them like all my Ubers like a couple of weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago, reserved. My anxiety was through the roof, thinking, oh God, what if I screw this all up? In the meantime, life is happening in America, getting worse and worse for many people, and feeling more and more horrible. So the point of this trip was getting more and more important to get the hell out of Dodge for a little while, for a day, for one big day, and enjoy myself because I haven't been anywhere. Going to Chicago is great, but I haven't been out of my state, or I haven't been out of Illinois since 2002. 23 years to be stuck in one state, never going anywhere except for Chicago, which is great again. And it still hasn't quite kicked in that I'm in this place. I go downstairs. Well, then we'll talk about that. But I'm going back out in it. So the trip isn't over. I get picked up at noon to go back to the airport where I won't get on my flight till 3:20 something. So after I'm done with this, I got to fully charge my phones. One of them's fully charged already. And that way I can like veg out for a while and just tune out. Probably watch Campaign 4 Episode 1 again. That should take a lot of time off the clock, right? Um, but my the day it finally got near after all this, and people that I knew that know me outside of online spaces were excited for me, and it was a day because I also donate plasma twice a week. And it's like, well, if my flight's at 11:13 and you need to get to the airport early, how are you going to donate plasma and have time to do all that? Well, I was up at 3:30 in the morning yesterday. Left my house at 5 after having a nice hearty breakfast. Donated plasma at 6:05 in the morning. Was out of there in by 6:48. Back at my job by 7:15. where I left my car and then got into my Uber and had an excellent Uber drive. Excellent Uber drive. Like the guy who drove me, Tremont, I think is his name. We had a wonderful pop culture conversation. He was in this car that had a clear ceiling. That was dope, even though it was gray skies and rainy. Pardon me. Um, it was a wonderful Uber ride. It made the time go by fast. And I was very nervous because I haven't been to an airport really, not since when I was a kid when I think we picked somebody up at O'Hare. But he took me right to where I needed to go. I walked right in. There was my place, got my boarding pass, found my way to where I needed to go in security, even though I forgot I could have skipped security with this like extra that I got from Spirit. So there goes that $14. Um, Watch buying add-ons, man. You know, it's there all these fast passes and everything. Just if you have the time at the airport and you're not going to miss your flight, just go through regular means like everybody else. You're just gonna it makes you sit and wait longer. Um, got through went through airport security for the first time. Had to chug a water that I brought with me, which was funny. It's like glug glug glug. I had this huge 1 liter bottle of blueberry pomegranate water, and yeah, blueberry pomegranate water. And you know, I'm like, do I have to take off? Anyway, I got through security, and as I'm going through security, the security guy sees this Mighty Nine shirt I'm wearing, which I didn't see anybody wearing this shirt at the show. So yeah. So he's like, "What's that for?" I'm like, "Critical Role, Radio City Music Hall, Dungeons and Dragons." And got through security again. Somebody behind me knew what they were doing. I'm like, do I take off my pants basically? Do I take my belt off? They're like, no, I don't think you got to do that anymore. You just got to put your stuff in this thing and I'll go look for it, go through it. Got my way out of there, got my way to the gate. I couldn't believe I didn't get lost. I found my way around. I need to give myself more credit. And made my way to the gate where I just sat and found out that the chargers that are at the seats at Spirit Airlines don't work. But I also found out that you probably shouldn't use those because that's where you get hacked. So I just picked up my. I got this a while ago. This was a 50th birthday present to myself. I got Where There's Smoke, Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man by William B. Davis, the cigarette smoking man from the X-Files, because of course everything eventually goes back to the X-Files on my channel. And he signed it for me. To Rob Stone. The truth is in here. So I was like, well, this is it's on a flight, so you bring the book with you. And I started reading his memoir of how he became the cigarette smoking man. And in the meantime, I got to do a little people watching. That's amazing. So to Rena out there, yeah, airports are great for people watching. You see everybody under the sun. And it was one of the things that made me think was that's what makes this country great. Is everywhere you go, you see different kinds of people. So for all of you out there that just want to see a white America, get fucked. Jesus Christ, man. This place is for everyone, not just for your pasty asses. So anyway, eventually we get called up to get inside. I get on this plane and I'm sitting there like everybody else is like falling asleep. This is like old hat for so many people. They're like the girl in next to the window, man. What a wasted window seat. She just fell asleep the whole trip. Up, down, didn't matter. She was out cold, man. And I mean, more power to her. She knew how to pass the time. But I'm sitting there like a wide-eyed child, like everything I do, because I haven't done a lot of things that other people have done, regular things, and like getting on a plane before you're 50 years old. And so I'm sitting there like looking everywhere. Wait, where's the bathroom? Where's this? Where's that? I don't really. I must have looked like an idiot, but I don't care. I wasn't gonna stop. People, I'm like, when we finally took off, what an amazing event that was. Actually feeling that rush of going up and the cabin pressure and everything else. Like I didn't care about any of that. The shaking, like, because it was choppy weather yesterday. Might still be choppy weather. It's raining here. Um, but all of it, the entire experience of being up in the air. What an amazing thing. I go back to the old Louis C.K. Bit on, I think he was on Conan, where he's like, everything's amazing and no one's happy. Like, we have the ability to be up in the sky. We're floating in the sky in a box, in a cylinder in the air. How amazing is that? And that's what I made me think of. It's like, I'm up in the sky right now, up above the clouds. I could see everything going up and then see us above the clouds and the clouds above that. And it was such a fast trip. And I'm so stupid. I forgot about time zones. I'm like, how can I? Why are they saying it's only going to be an hour and a half if my ticket says 11:13 to 2:15, 12:30, 1:13, 2:30? That's 3 hours. No, stupid. There's a thing called time zones. So the trip literally took like an hour and a half. I fell asleep for half an hour. That was like a good chunk of the trip. And I just looked out the windows for the rest of it, like going back and forth. I was in an aisle seat and I'm just like looking to the left, looking to the right as we like started our descent. And the plane, like I was all about it. I was all about it. And I did make a trip to the bathroom. And even that didn't go right, man. I didn't even know how to get into the bathroom door. Didn't know how to open it. And the steward's like, try that one. And then next to it, it opened, but then I couldn't figure out how to close it. So I just went, go pee fast. So I did. Made it back to my seat, got back to the airport, and man, I was out the door and in the next Uber so fast. But this time was a little bit different because it's my first experience with New York traffic and New York Uber drivers. This motherfucker, he drove like a bat out of hell. And it was a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. When my bag like flew off the seat. Um, But I was like, hey, this is New York, man. This is New York traffic. You gotta don't be messing around. I'm glad I didn't drive here. And getting to drive in and seeing the skyline and seeing the Empire State Building. And just as I got closer, it's just like I still, when I roll up on Chicago, I'm still like going, there's the Sears Tower. It's like, dude, how many times have you seen the Sears Tower? Like 1,000? But I still am like that wide-eyed kid sometimes. But seeing when we drove past down the side street and looking down the side street for just a second and seeing the entire Empire State Building, the thing King Kong climbed, it was like, and that was the first time. Like when I first see it from a distance, it's like, oh wow, like I feel like I'm in the Sopranos beginning where you're like do 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 do, and you're seeing like driving past this. That's what it felt like a little. But seeing it like that close was amazing. Getting dropped off and going inside the hotel and coming back out and going towards the venue. That's when I knew I was in a different place than Chicago. This place is alive in a way that I just like all cities, man. People are just doing their own thing. They don't care. They're living their lives. They're not in each other's lives like in small towns, right? Every person is a microcosm of in a new universe, like we all should be anyway. And that's why when I feel like there's no pressure. Whenever I'm walking around where I live, I always feel like all eyes on me. Everybody's always staring at each other. Everybody's always so distrusting out in the middle of nowhere because they don't go anywhere. Their bubbles are so small, and they all know each other, and they think that that's like some badge of honor to know everything that's going on about everybody's lives. And it's like, man, focus on your own life, and that's what people in the city do. You know, they all and it's like I always feel more at home there because you're surrounded by tons of people who could give a fuck about what you are doing. And you're able to just live and just as long as you just go with the flow. And I got to see so many things in this little stretch of road. My hotel is right. I just make a right and I walk right to Radio City Music Hall. No directions needed. When I leave here, because I don't get picked up till noon, I'm gonna go see Times Square. Then I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna probably see this Empire State Building because I walk fast. So it don't matter to me. I'll get to see some more stuff. I took tons of pictures. I posted them on Discord. I'll probably post them while I'm like if I re-edit this. No, it's a live stream, but I won't repost them on here. But I got to see so much. I got to see the NBC studio like area, the 30 Rock. I got to see that. You know, like seeing like the entrance to like where you've seen SNL people or anybody that does like a late show, not the Jimmy Fallon one, even though it says like this is the home of the late show with Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, I was hoping I'd see the Colbert thing, but maybe I'll see that when I go to Times Square. I think that's maybe where he's at. It's closer to there. But all the fountains and Bryant Park and watching them build this new ice rink that they got and seeing the library, the great library, and all I could think was this is where the Ghostbusters ran out of. And taking pictures of Radio City Music Hall, and then seeing a Palestine protest going on in front of Fox News. These were things I took some video of that because I'm just like, oh my God. In just a little bit, in just a small amount of time, I have seen and experienced so much. I'm seeing history. I'm seeing places that I've seen only in movies. And when we left, last night when I got out of Critical Role and I'm walking back to the hotel, all I could think of was this is where Spider-Man. I was like, Spider-Man could be swinging from. This is where he swings in the comics. I'm getting to see the places that are in backgrounds of comic books where he's swinging here and swinging there, or the Avengers or whoever. You know, like it's just this is a special city. This is not Chicago, and I love Chicago, man. Chicago's my heart. But I didn't want. I've said yesterday in a short. Now that I'm here in New York, I really don't want to leave. But I know I got to go back to New York. And so the only other thing I have is that it was a late night. I went to McDonald's thinking, hey, I need to eat before I go to. I haven't eaten all day really. I had a slice. I did have my New York slice, okay, and I didn't go to Sbarro like Michael Scott. So I did get my New York slice of pizza too. So I got that experience out of the way. But I spent like 20 minutes in McDonald's waiting for food. By the time I got back to the hotel, I was wiped. So I didn't make this video until now. But then it was when I woke up, and I had a hard time sleeping. But when I woke up, it was almost 7. I was like, score, you did sleep. You did actually sleep. But I was so tired when I got up, and because it's a shared bathroom, I forgot to bring my key and I locked myself out. True story. But again, didn't panic, went down to the counter, got a new door key, came back and said, time to do these videos and then get back out there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back out there and I'm going to see more of the city before I have to leave because who knows when I'll be back. So thanks for watching. I've got to go and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.